Welcome, people, to the House of Detroit podcast. I am your host, Frankie Fountain, and today I'm going to be going over my Detroit Lions season preview, who I think, what do I think our record is going to be? Well, so week one, we go up against the Jets on prime time, baby. I think we're going to win that game 31-13. I think Stafford's going to have a big game. I see him getting over 300 yards. I think that Amir is actually going to look good. I think Kerryon Johnson's going to get to around 60 yards. I think LeGarrette Blount's going to score a touchdown. I think that Kenny G is going to show the flashes that we saw last year. And I think that Darnold is going to throw 3 picks. I think Slay's going to get 2. And I think GQ can get 1. Now, we go over to week 2 against San Francisco. I've been seeing a lot of people have us losing against San Francisco, but I think we're going to go in and we're going to win 28-17. I think that Stafford's going to have a little bit more of a down game than the first one, but I still think he's going to get a good amount of yards. I think he's going to get around 258, 260 yards, about 3 touchdowns. I think Kerryon's going to have another big game. I think Amir's going to step up a little bit. I think that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have a pick. I think Diggs is going to pick it off, and I think our running game is going to look pretty sharp. As we go to week 3 against New England, I think it's going to be a 28-21 loss to New England. I think that Stafford's going to get almost 300 yards, but I do think he's going to throw his first interception in the year. I think that if Gronk is playing, I think that he's going to be pretty hard to stop. But I do think that Brady is going to throw an interception. I think that Slay's going to pick him off. And I think that Amir is actually going to show up in this game. I think I can see Amir getting about 5 carries a game. And in this new running scheme, I truly believe and I really hope that this guy can go out there and he can actually show up. Because, Lions fans, we've been waiting for this for how many years now? 5. For the past, going into the 4th year. And I believe with this new running scheme, Amir has the talent to do it. You watch him play. There's not many running backs out there that are as fast as him, as shifty as him. Really, he just has to work on that vision, but he has been working hard. You just look at the tape from the offseason. I think he's going to show up this year. I think that when we go to week 4 against the Cowboys, I think the Lions are going to pull out a slim win here. I think this is a last-minute field goal. And believe it or not, this is going to be the game that we break that 100-yard rushing mark. I think Kerryon Johnson is going to get 100 yards by this point. I think this game's going to start slowing down for him, and he's going to be able to go out there and have the game of the season for himself. I think that Stafford is going to throw an interception. I don't know why, but that's what I got written down here. And I think the key to the game is stopping Zeke, because we can see that the Cowboys are a different team when Zeke's not in the game. So if we take Zeke out, we can win this game. I think it could even I don't think it has to go down to that last minute field goal if we stop Zeke, but that's the key to the game. As we go to week 5, we play the Packers at home, and I think we win this game. I think we win by a last minute touchdown. It's going to be 21-14. I think Amir's going to run for 50. Kerryon runs for 70. Slay gets another pick. And the key to the game is to lock Rodgers down and create some pressure. As we go to week 7, I think we go. This takes us to 5-1. We beat Miami. 38-14. The Lions offense is going to be on fire. I think Kerryon's going to have another game over 100 yards. I think LeGarrette Blount scores 2 touchdowns. I see Slay getting an interception and GQ getting an interception. As we go to week 8 against Seattle, I think we go 6-1. I think another last-minute field goal is going to be 17-14. But I do believe that our running game is going to take a step back in this game. Our passing game is going to look good. And I think that locking Rashad Penny and Wilson down is going to be a big part of this game. I think that Penny, judging on how this line does, Penny could have a big season. I was a big fan of Penny coming out of the draft, but it all depends on how this Seattle offensive line can do. I think Wilson's going to be good no matter what, with whether he has a offensive line and receivers. I don't really care. Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think we go to week 9 over here. This is going to be another loss. This is going to be the second loss of the season. We go 6-2 at this point. The Vikings are going to score 28. Detroit's going to score 24. Our offense is going to look pretty good. I think Kirk and Stafford are going to go blow for blow out there. And I think the key to the game is having a good running game and stopping Stephon Diggs and Thielen. As we go to Week 10, I think we're going to be 6-3 at this point. I think Chicago's going to steal a win against us, 24-14. I think Stafford's going to throw for 2 interceptions in this game, and the key to the game is locking down Allen Iverson, Allen Robinson, and Jordan Howard. So now we go on to Week 11. I think we're going to beat the Panthers. I think the key to the game, obviously, is stopping Cam Newton. Anytime you take Cam Newton out of a football game, you have a chance of beating the Panthers. He is the Panthers. And by that point, who knows? Luke Kuechly's probably going to be injured. We've seen this before. So now we go to Week 12 against the Bears. This time we beat the Bears 27-13. The key to the game is still the same as last time. We got to stop Allen Robinson and Howard. We go to Week 13 against the Rams. I think this is going to be a loss. I think it's going to be 28-14 for the Rams. At this point, we're 8-4. I think the key to this game is for the Lions to create some offense because you look at this game and you look at the Rams defense. I mean, this defense is probably one of the best in the is probably going to be the best in the league this year. You look at their corners, you look at their line. This Rams team could be legit. Now, we go to Week 14. I see the Lions going beating Arizona 24-13. Did I make a mistake in that? I don't know. Sorry, my paper over here I kind of messed up writing, but I believe that we're going to beat Arizona 24-13. I don't think Arizona is going to be that good this year. I think Arizona's in a rebuilding stage. I do believe Josh Rosen will be the starter at this point in time. I think that Detroit's defense is going to play around with them. Now we go to the game against the Bills. I think at this point we'll be 10-4. This is Week 15. I think we're going to beat them 28-13. I think this is another game that the Lions... These are the games that the Lions have to win where on paper they're an easy game. We're more talented and we got to go out there and we got to show up. I think that we can beat the Bills pretty easily if our running game's on point, if our defense is on point, and our pass is on point. The Bills may not even score a touchdown against us. I truly believe our defense, if we can get a guy like Jonathan Hankins or if we can trade for Dante Fowler, I believe that our defense this year could step up from last year. I think that as we go into Week 16 against Minnesota, we're going to beat them. I think it's going to be 21-10. The key of the game is the same as it was last time. We got to lock up Diggs and Thielen. I almost forgot about Dalvin Cook. We got to watch out for Dalvin Cook. But I think that it's a winnable game. I think that Minnesota at this point in the season are going to be tired. I do think that 3 teams from the NFC North will get into the playoffs. I think it's going to be us, Minnesota, and Green Bay. I think that we have one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL. As we go to Week 17, I think this is going to be a loss to Green Bay. I think they're going to win by a last-minute touchdown. I think it's going to be 24-17. The key to the game is the same as last time. Create pressure and make Aaron Rodgers throw the ball away, make him feel the pressure in the pocket. I think that Detroit could win this game, but as of right now, I have them losing. It depends how the season's going for us. If we're on a roll, I do believe that we are a better team than Green Bay and that we can beat Green Bay. But overall, those are my season. That's the record I have the Lions going is 10-5. And as I look at this roster, I just want to kind of, tell you who I think is going to be some key players on this roster. I think that Kerryon Johnson is going to have a huge year. I can see him getting around 800 yards, 700 yards. I think at the beginning of the season, he's going to be a little bit in a minimal role, but I think it's going to step up. I think Amir this year is going to prove he's worthy of a contract extension. I think this year we're going to see a lot of flashes with this new running scheme. I think that with Amir's speed, his quickness, his shiftiness, he could. There's no reason that he's not a top running back in this league. I think LeGarrette Blount is going to have a lot of touchdowns for us this year, and because last year a big problem was we couldn't score within the 5-yard line, right? So I think that he's really going to fix that issue for us. I think Matt Stafford is going to have a huge year. I see him passing for about 4,500 yards, I see him getting over 30 touchdowns this year. I think that there's a good possibility that we could see Marvin, Golden Tate, and Kenny G get about 1,000 yards a pair. I think that definitely Golden Tate and Marvin Jones will have 1,000 yards. But when it comes down to Kenny, it all depends on if he can stay healthy. Now, when we look at the defensive side of the ball, I think that Ziggy's going to have a down year. I think really our pass rush is going to really screw us later on in the season when we're fighting to get into the playoffs. I think that Big Play Slay is going to have a big year. I see him having about 5 to 7 picks this year. GQ, I can see him getting 4 to 5 picks. I think that Quandre Diggs could have a huge year. I think that Tracy Walker is going to really surprise a lot of people because I think he can come and play that hybrid linebacker type role, but so can Miles Killebrew. So it's going to be interesting to see how they split up their snaps. I think that Matt Prater is going to have a pretty big year. I think Matt Prater, come on, it's Matt Prater. So overall, I see the Lions having a very good season. 11-5, I think that's exactly where the Lions roster is looking. I think that Matt Patricia is going to prove that it's not the Patriots' way, it's his way. And I truly believe that this is the year of the Lion. Thank you guys for listening to this video. Go into the comments section, and request what you guys want to hear me talk about next. I'll talk about individual players, key to wins. As the season gets closer, I'll probably make another prediction like after the preseason, just once I get a sense of how these players are looking and kind of what the final roster looks like. Thanks for listening to this video. Click the subscriber button and like, subscribe, share, and all that good jazz. Okay, go Lions, baby.